Coming up tonight on SLU News 22.
A beloved member of our SLU family passed away.
A look into politics.
The most recent event that will leave many St. Louis residents unemployed.
And what's hot at the box office.
Plus national news and weather. Live from the Bush Student Center, this is SLU News 22. Good evening, I'm Sean Everson.
And I'm Amanda Honigfort.
Thank you for joining us this evening. Father John Cavanaugh of the Society of Jesus passed away on Monday, November 5th, from long-term health complications. Cavanaugh was a philosophy professor at St. Louis University and the founder of the Ethics Across the Curriculum program. Cavanaugh was ordained a priest in the Society of Jesus in June of 1971 and spent some of his early years working with Mother Teresa in Calcutta. He was 71.
Una will be hosting a talk by Tekka Childress, a community member at Karen House Catholic Worker in North St. Louis, on Tuesday, November 13th. Ms. Childress will talk at 6 p.m. in the BSC, Better Experiences Living in the Karen House Community, her work with winter outreach, and those who are homeless, and how we can work to build villages of community and hospitality. The Residence Hall Association will be hosting bingo on Wednesday, November 14th from 6:30 to 9:30 in the Wool Ballrooms. And on Thursday, the Asian American Association will be hosting their AAA showcase in the Wool Ballrooms. The event will showcase different Asian cultural dances, the culture, and will also showcase the Asian American culture. The event begins at 5 p.m. Lastly, Dumbledore's Army will be holding their annual night of exciting wizard trivia on Friday, November 16th at 7 p.m. 7 categories of 10 questions will determine the winner. A suggested donation of $5 will help fund the Quidditch team.
Missouri Governor Jay Nixon and the barge industry are asking the Army Corps of Engineers to rethink plans to reduce the amount of water released from the Missouri River's upstream reservoir. This would also reduce the flow to the Mississippi below St. Louis. Nixon says the move could create an, quote, economic disaster. The Corps said last week that the reduction is the first of several drought conservation measures necessary if drought conditions continue into 2013.
Metro Transit is starting a major product on Monday to make 124 bus stops more accessible for people with disabilities. The work is not expected to impact riders. The improvement includes panels and signage in Braille, new benches, and more. Metro hopes to have the work completed by late spring.
The 21st Annual Whitaker St. Louis International Film Festival is currently running through November 18th. A whole host of films and seminars with filmmakers will take place each day at various local outlets. For an event listing, check the Riverfront Times or www.cinemastlouis.org.
You might be familiar with the Hostess brand incorporation, which is the maker of some of America's favorite junk foods like the Twinkie and Ding Dong. On Monday, they announced they will be closing bakeries in Seattle, St. Louis, and Cincinnati due to a nationwide strike by its bakers union. The company has 18,300 workers nationwide and has now left 627 workers unemployed.
Following the recent general election, President Obama invited congressional leaders to the White House to begin talks on how to broker a deal that will avoid the looming fiscal cliff. Leaving the White House Friday, all parties seemed optimistic that some deal could be made by January 1st. Deadline, though some are questioning how extensive it will be. General David Petraeus stepped down from his position as head of the CIA on Friday, citing an extramarital affair. The decorated 4-star Army general ran the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan before taking up the top job at the CIA a little over a year ago.
An investigation into the BBC Newsnight's reporting on a November 2nd program has concluded that its production was marked by a series of unacceptable failures, the BBC said Monday. The BBC executives vowed that they will do everything they can to restore public trust in their network. Helen Broden, the BBC's Director of News, is stepping aside pending a review.
Syria pulled both Turkey and Israel closer to military entanglements in its civil war on Monday after bombing a rebel-held Syrian village a few yards from the Turkish border. The deadly aerial assault provoked Israeli tank commanders in the disputed Golan Heights into blasting mobile Syrian artillery units across their armistice line.
After 4 years off the silver screen, James Bond made his triumphant return this weekend in Skyfall, and the British spy's appeal was bigger than ever. The action thriller grossed a truly massive $87.8 million in its first 3 days, and an additional $2.2 million during the Thursday night previews, making its debut the highest-grossing film in the series' 23 film history. It is likely that Skyfall will also become the first Bond movie to ever pass the $200 million mark at the domestic box office.
For the 20th time in tournament history, a St. Louis sports venue will be hosting part of the NCAA basketball tournament. The association announced today that in 2014, the second and third round games will be held at Scott Trade Center. The chair of the St. Louis Sports Commission, Frank Viverito, couldn't be more excited to welcome the 8 teams and their fans for the 6 games that will be played in St. Louis. This tournament, quote being said, will be a great way to generate money in St. Louis and show off our city.
Chief Meteorologist Sean Everson is now ready to give you your extended forecast. Sean, what's the week going to look like?
Well, after we saw some record high temperatures this weekend, a strong cold front moved through the area and brought us rain and a lot colder temperatures for today. Looking at our all-weather almanac for Monday, we topped out at 44 degrees here at SLU, but a chilly morning with temperatures under 30 degrees. Tonight, though, right now, we are sitting comfortably at 42 degrees with a light north breeze at 6 miles an hour. Heading into tomorrow and into the rest of the week, after that cold front pushed through to our east, a high-pressure system has set in across the area, bringing sunny skies, but we will have cooler air heading into tomorrow and throughout the week, so temperatures will be below to at normal in the mid to upper 50s. Looking at our overnight lows for tonight, St. Louis will be the hotspot at 29 degrees. Other areas, St. Charles 26, Chesterfield 25, 26 up in Alton. So temperatures will be below freezing for tonight, but there's not that much moisture in the air, so we are not under any freeze warnings. For your forecast for Tuesday, it'll be sunny, but will be cool, only topping out at 49 degrees. Heading into Wednesday, we'll get a little bit warmer, 52, still under mostly sunny skies. And looking ahead to our 5-day extended forecast, as you can see, sunny skies and temperatures in the mid-50s. So our normal temperature for this time of year is around 56 and 57. So by Friday and Saturday, we'll get back to normal. So we won't have any brutal cold highs, but we are out of the rain, and it looks like sunshine and cool temperatures for the next several days.
Well, the sun certainly looks like a good idea, but I take it there's no more chance of these unusually warm weathers?
Oh, you can't rule it out. We do live in the Midwest, and it's only November, so we'd like to think winter is coming, but we'll hold off.
We might get a couple more reprieves.
We might, but some people were lucky enough to see a few flurries last night.
Oh,
with,
really?
The back end of this system that moved through. But here, I didn't see any snowflakes when I looked out my window late at night. But hopefully, we can get some warmer weather again. But me personally, I'm ready for winter and some snow.
All right, then. Thank you for watching this week. We hope you enjoyed our slightly old-style newscast. And thank you for your extended weather, Sean.
Don't forget, you can always get the latest news and movie reviews online at SLU-TV.SLU.edu or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We will be back next week here at 7 p.m.